Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very easy keto bread recipe for you. One of my family's favorite kind of low carb bread is seed bread. But if you look around, most recipes that you find online or most loaves of bread that you see in the stores, 9 times out of 10 are made with almond flour or have some type of wheat gluten in them. And I know many of you all are allergic to all those things. So I figure, hey, we make coconut flour, everything else, we can make coconut flour seed bread. And so today we are going to make keto coconut flour seed bread. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos, at least every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. Also, I am on cal.com. You can click the link in the description and you can tip me, which is another way to help support the channel. So while we do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Line a 7x3 inch cake pan with parchment paper and allow the paper to hang over the sides just a little bit so you can easily remove the bread once it's done baking. If you don't have a 7x3 loaf pan, you can use an 8x4. You'll just have a little bit shorter loaf than I have, and you'll just need to cook it just a few minutes less than what I cook mine. Set your pan aside for just a minute. In a large mixing bowl, combine 25 grams or around a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 75 grams or around 1 cup of ground flaxseed meal. I use golden flaxseed meal because I like the color that it brings out a little bit better, but regular flaxseed meal will work just fine. Add 9 grams or around 1 tablespoon of instant dry yeast. This is optional. I like to add yeast to my bread because I think it gives it a better flavor. It does nothing to help coconut flour breads rise. It just gives it a nice little bit of a yeasty flavor. So that's optional if you want to add that or not. Add 5 grams or around 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And if you want to, you can add some dry seasonings if you want your bread to have a different flavor. I just want mine to have a neutral flavor, so I'm not adding any dry seasonings to this loaf. Sift the dry ingredients together until everything is fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 35 grams or around 1/4 cup of chia seeds and 145 grams or around 1 cup of sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. It's actually best if you use half pumpkin seeds and half sunflower seeds. I just was out of my pumpkin seeds, so that's why I just use all sunflower seeds. Just make sure that your seeds are raw, their shells removed, and no salt or any seasonings added to them. Stir everything together until everything is fully combined. Add 1/4 cup of butter that's been melted and cooled. Make sure it is cooled. You don't want to add really hot butter. Add 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir in smoothly. Stir the butter and eggs into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients are moist. Add 250 milliliters or around 1 cup of warm water. Make sure this is warm water. You don't want it boiling hot, but you want it warm. The warmth is going to help soften the flaxseed meal and the chia seeds and just help the bread have an all-around better texture. Stir the water in until it's fully combined. At first, it's going to seem kind of soupy, but keep stirring the water in for about 20 to 30 seconds and it's going to start getting thicker and the seeds are going to start absorbing the water. So basically it's going to have the texture of almost a thick batter. Pour the mixture into your prepared loaf pan. Then use a spatula and evenly spread the mixture throughout the pan. Make sure you keep it as even as possible. Place the pan into your preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes or until the bread is golden and a texture comes out clean. Remember, if you're using a loaf pan that's a little bit bigger than mine, then you'll want to check it at the 25 to 30 mark because it most likely will get done a little bit sooner than my bread will get done. Once the bread is baked, remove it from the oven and allow it to cool in the pan for at least 1 hour so it can firm up and all the ingredients can settle in well. After about an hour and your bread has firmed up, grasp the overhanging parchment paper and carefully lift the bread out of the loaf pan, then place it on a wire rack and allow it to cool completely before slicing it. All right, we are back with my lovely piece of seed bread. It looks good and smells yummy. It's room temperature right now. Hopefully you can see that, a little bit of the texture inside of there. See all those seeds? Kind of has a multi-grain bread look to it, all the different seeds in there. Really feels nice and sturdy so that if you have a sandwich on it, it's not going to fall apart on you. I've made some breads, didn't post them, but made some breads that you can just tell if you put too much stuff on them, they would just crumble on you. This feels nice and sturdy that you would be able to put a good amount of stuff on there. So looks good, smells good, that's always a good sign. But of course, as we always say, the most important thing is the taste, right? Right. So, like I said, this is room temperature. I don't have anything on it because I just want to get the idea of how it really, really tastes. So, here goes nothing. I like that. The combination of the different seeds really gives a nice texture, and it really does remind me of a multi-grain bread. It's got that little bit of a, tiny bit of a crunch because of the sunflower seeds, just a tad, not like chewing up a chip in there, but just a little tiny bit of a texture crunch, and it's really good. The rest of the bread is really nice and moist all the way around it. Has a kind of a little bit of a nutty taste to it because of all the different seeds. So it just has a really, really nice taste and texture, really mild flavor. I really like that. I think I found my new favorite bread. This is very yummy, very tasty. Good taste, good texture, thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yes, very tasty. Good job, me. You can eat this immediately. If you do have any leftovers, store it in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 5 days, or you can store it in a freezer-safe airtight container in your freezer for up to 1 month. If you do decide to freeze this, make sure you slice the bread and put some parchment paper in between each one of the slices before you freeze it. That way you can just take out the amount of pieces that you need when you're ready to actually use it. It thaws out really quick that way. Eat and enjoy. And that's a recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.